A dramatic rescue is underway on the world's tallest mountain with an extreme blizzard trapping climbers on Mount Everest. Check out these pictures. Horrific conditions with estimates of 1,000 people stranded. The storm dumped more than a metre of snow onto campsites and the trails. Rescuers have so far saved 350 people.
To better understand what it must be like for those trapped hikers, we're joined by our most accomplished high-altitude mountaineer. Andrew Locke is the only Aussie to have successfully summited all 14 mountains in the world above 8,000 metres and has summited Everest 3 times. And Andrew joins us from much nicer conditions by the look of it in Cairns. Andrew, thanks for your time. What's your reaction to seeing those treacherous conditions up on Mount Everest?
Oh, look, I don't think it's potentially as bad as the images might suggest. From what I can see, and I've only seen media reports, the majority of the people who were caught were actually trekkers in the region of Mount Everest to the east of the mountain, not actually high up on the mountain. My understanding is that probably the 2 biggest risks they face would be exposure from the wet, cold weather and not being able to get to shelter. And then potentially with the build-up of snow, there could be some avalanche danger if they're passing beneath some steep slopes.
Andrew, over the last few years, we've seen some extraordinary pictures of a huge amount of people queuing up to get to the top of Everest. And there are a lot of companies that will take people up there if they've got the money to pay. Is everyone who goes to Everest, are they prepared in the way that you think they should be?
Well, if we're talking about climbers on Mount Everest, certainly some are well prepared, and there are some highly professional outfits running those expeditions. But as with any industry, there are people who are less professional and willing to take less experienced, less skilled clients with them. So much as I'd hate to talk about introducing more regulation, there is room for tighter controls on the numbers of people who go there and the skill level that they perhaps ought to have before they attempt the mountain.
Is it a case that conditions are already so challenging in this area that anything that makes it more difficult potentially becomes dangerous?
Well, certainly climbing on the mountain is highly challenging, and therefore people are fairly well exposed at the limit of perhaps their endurance and their ability to cope with the cold and the technical challenges that the mountain presents. So yes, when things go wrong, they can go seriously wrong. Andrew,
can you give us an idea of what it is like up there, what conditions can deteriorate into and how careful you need to be?
Look, you'd have a great day. I've climbed at Everest in an old business shirt at 6,500 metres because it's so hot the sun's been reflecting off the snow around me. But of course, I've also been in conditions of ferocious storms. During winter, the jet stream lowers in altitude and hits the top of Mount Everest and a lot of those other peaks in the area, and really the storms are absolutely ferocious. But the climbing seasons when most climbers will attempt to ascend the peak are less extreme generally, but of course you can have a storm come in at any time and that can be, as I mentioned, really ferocious. I have been caught in avalanches and caught in windstorms that have lifted my tent completely off the ground at high altitude. So that's not the most fun experience at the time, but you can prepare for it.
All right, some great insights there. Andrew Locke, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.